وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Inshallah, it will be very short and sweet, as the Prophet ﷺ says, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, إِذَا وَعَفْتَ فَأَوْجِزْ. The hadith today is from An-Nawawi, and I chose to read hadith number 15. And inshallah today we will cover part of the hadith, and inshallah on another night we'll cover the rest. The hadith عن أبي هريرة radiyallahu anhu أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليقل خيرا أو ليصمت. ومن كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم جاره. ومن كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم ضيفه. رواه البخاري Muslim. Translation. Prophet ﷺ says, whoever believes in Allah Azza wa Jal and the Day of Judgment shall say good or stay quiet. And whoever believes in Allah Azza wa Jal subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Day of Judgment shall be generous to his neighbor. Another narration said, shall not harm his neighbor. وَمَنْ كَانَ يُؤْمِنُ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ, whoever believes in Allah Azza wa Jal and the Day of Judgment shall be good to his guest, generous to his guest. Narrated by Imam Bukhari and Muslim. Now, according to Imam Ibn Rajab, which I hold his book in my hand, rahimahullah, he said that when the Prophet ﷺ says, مَنْ كَانَ يُؤْمِنُ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ, he will be talking about the virtues of Iman, or virtues of Iman, some virtues of Iman, specifically what he will mention after that statement. And the rights here in this hadith talks about two rights. Rights for Allah Azza wa Jalla subhanahu wa ta'ala, some. Okay, and the other rights are for the neighbor and the guest. For the neighbor and the guest. Therefore, it's talking about the rights of Allah Azza wa Jal, and in the other part of the hadith, it's talking about the rights of the slaves of Allah Azza wa Jal. And in this hadith, the Imam, rahimahullah, is talking about, referring to the straightness of the tongue, istiqamatul lisan. And he said that istiqamatul lisan, the straightness of the tongue, when we talk about straightness, we talk about the straight path, Islam, being straight. It's part of Iman. And he said, as an evidence, is the hadith by Anas radiyallahu anhu, says that the Prophet ﷺ said, لا يستقيم إيمان عبد حتى يستقيم قلبه ولا يستقيم قلبه حتى يستقيم لسانه. So therefore, the straightness of the tongue is a reflection of the straightness of the heart. The goodness of the tongue is a reflection of the goodness of the heart. And the Prophet ﷺ in this hadith, he said, لا يستقيم, that the iman of one of you will not be complete, straight, until his heart is straight. That his iman will not be complete until his heart is clean and good and straight. وَلَا يَسْتَقِيمُ قَلْبُهُ. He said, and then made the association right there in this hadith. He said that the heart will not be straight and complete with iman until his tongue is also straight. And another hadith, عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم says, warning us that uttering, speaking without purpose can, without us knowing, can make us go down very deep in hellfire. The Prophet ﷺ said in this hadith, إن الرجل لا يتكلم بالكلمة ما يتبين, that a man will speak and utter a word and does not know what really means, or does not have a grasp of what the word really involves. ما يتبين فيها يزل في النار will descend in hellfire the distance between east and west. يزل في النار أبعد ما بين المشرق والمغرب. And the Prophet ﷺ in the first statement, now this hadith is 3 statements. من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليقل خيرا أو ليصمت. This is the one that we're talking about here tonight. The other 2 parts, من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم جاره. The other part is whoever believes in Allah Azza wa Jalla, Day of Judgment, فليكرم ضيفه. So we're talking about only the first part today. In that part, the Prophet ﷺ said, فليقل خيرا, shall say good or stay quiet. So the ulama said, okay, that means 2 parts of the speech here. Either would be good, other than that, it's going to be, not good. Now, the ulama also has 2 opinions. That when somebody speaks, there are some parts of speech that may not be bad and may not be good. So the ulama said, well, the 2 angels إذ يتلقاه المتلقيان عن اليمين وعن الشمال القعيد. Allah Azza wa Jalla told us in the Quran, in Surah Qaf, if I believe, I can be corrected. It's in Surah Qaf, ayah 18, I believe. Now, those 2 angels, on the right will record your good deeds, on the left will record your bad deeds. Now, the ulama said, okay, if he says good, the angel on the right will write it as a good deed. On the left side, if you say something that is considered sin, the one on the left will record it as a sin. The other opinion of the scholar said, no, everything will be recorded, and Allah Azza wa Jalla subhanahu wa ta'ala will decide what is recorded good and what is recorded bad. And the speech that doesn't belong to any of the categories, if it doesn't belong to the category of good, it may end up in the category of bad sin. That's why we should be very careful on what we say and what we utter. And the evidence of that, the Imam said, referring in Surah Al-Ra'd to ayah 39, where Allah Azza wa Jalla subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يَمْحُ اللَّهُ مَا يَشَاءُ وَيُثْبِتُ وَعِنْدَهُ أُمُّ الْكِتَابِ. That Allah Azza wa Jalla, and this is based on the second opinion I just mentioned, that Allah Azza wa Jalla subhanahu wa ta'ala erase, wipe out what He wills, and affirm what He wills. وَعِنْدَهُ أُمُّ الْكِتَابِ. And He has the original book that has the record of everything. An advice from the Prophet ﷺ, where the Prophet ﷺ said, and Ramadan is a good, inshallah, is a good training for us to apply this hadith, put it into practice. Because it teaches us patience, it teaches us to control our anger, it teaches us to watch what we say, where we look, what we do. So inshallah, this hadith can be practiced, put into practice in this month. Prophet ﷺ said, ما من قوم يجلسون مجلسا لا يذكرون الله فيه إلا كان عليهم حسرة يوم القيامة وإن دخلوا الجنة. The Prophet ﷺ said, whenever a group of people who sit and do not remember Allah Azza wa Jal in their sitting, it will be on the Day of Judgment an incident that they will regret, even if they were to enter Jannah. Because, as you know, Jannah is levels. They could be, at the lowest level. But if they were in their settings, would remember Allah Azza wa Jalla subhanahu wa ta'ala, maybe they might be at a higher level. So they feel, sad. They regret that they did not mention Allah Azza wa Jalla or remember Allah Azza wa Jalla in their settings. That's why it's from the Sunnah. When we conclude our gathering, we say, Subhanakallah wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. The hadith is collected in this Al-Hasan wal-Husayn. It's translated. It's a famous book available here in the masjid, I believe, and also you can find it in many Muslim bookstores. I conclude with this saying by Umar radiyallahu anhu. He said, "Man kathura kalamuhu, kathura saqatuh, wa man kathura saqatuh, kathurat dhunubuh, wa man kathurat dhunubuh, kanat an-naru awla bih." Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu advises, and I ask Allah Azza wa Jal to bestow upon us this virtue of being quiet. It's actually a worship to be quiet. You only say the good. It's part of worship. Umar radiallahu anhu said, "Man kathura kalamuhu," whoever talks a lot. MashaAllah, a lot of people these days talk. Kathura saqatuh. Talk a lot. When you talk a lot, then your mistakes are increased. The more you talk, the more your mistakes are. وَمَنْ كَثُرَ سَقَطُهُ كَثُرَتْ ذُنُوبُهُ. And whoever, make mistakes when they, when they speak, it actually increases their sins. And وَمَنْ كَثُرَتْ ذُنُوبُهُ كَانَتِ النَّارُ أَوْلَى بِهِ. And whoever, as you know, his sins are actually increased and more, then hellfire is his abode. I ask Allah Azza wa Jalla subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us heed this message from Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, from those who inshaAllah speak, and when they speak they say good, and if not they stay quiet. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم وصلي اللهم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه.